Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing a how to build on the Summer Diane. So I was lucky enough that I pulled her from the free pick of a character like the seasonal character you want, and I picked Summer Diane because I needed Summer Diane. And I suggest, and I don't recommend, I'm pretty sure majority of people also picked her as well. So, of course we're going to go over Diane's kit first, and then we're going to go over gear, and then, well, yeah, that's really it to be honest. Diane doesn't really have anything else. So onto her kit. So she has decent crit chance for SA1. Please do bear in mind, mine is SA1. She has decent crit chance. How much extra does she get? She's currently got 73. She's 85. 85% crit chance is pretty good, especially if you add the Kisner's buff on top, and you've got, you know, the Sweet Temptation Elaine in the back for the extra stats. You know, she's pretty good. She will be critting. She will be doing decent damage. She also has Amplify as well, which is pretty good with her passive. First card, Amplify single target. Very good at dealing damage. Also, it's a ranged card, which means it can be used on the second phase of OG Demon. Of course, I forgot to actually explain. She's an OG Demon character, and well, she's a deathmatch character only. So do bear that in mind. Power Strike AOE. It's not really needed. There are no like swarms of demons boss, which I think that would be pretty cool if they made it so you could fight several demons at once. And it sort of just makes the yes, it does make the boss fight longer, but you don't have to keep doing every boss fight. Her ultimate's actually pretty good. Increase allies' damage dealt by 7% for 2 turns, and inflicts 500% on all allies. I'm pretty sure at 6.6 it's 49%? 42% at 6.6, and 750, which is pretty good. The damage increase is pretty useful, especially on OG Demon, because OG Demon lowers your stats, so having a damage increase is pretty good because it can't lower your damage increase. Onto her passive. Her passive is a key part of her kit, which is increased ally skill ranks at the start of the ally's turn if the allies in deathmatch are all from different races. Increases their basic stats by 30% and applies debuff immunity for 3 turns. Yeah, and this, of course, only happens at the start, and heroes with additional races will be counted as dual race heroes. So, pretty much what this means is that you can't run characters that count as 2 races because they'll clash with the current character you have on the team. This is pretty broken. The debuff immunity is pretty cool, but mainly you're doing it for the 30% basic stats and the full team rank up. Of course, it is limited to race, so you can't use 2 characters of the same race, but that doesn't really matter because you're probably going to be using a human, a giant, and an unknown, or actually, no, that's definitely what you're going to be running. Because either you'll be running, so this Diane with the ultimate 1 and Red Gotha, or you'll be running Diane, Diane with Escanor. No, sorry, Diane with Freya and Kizuna, because of course you want the buffs as well. It took me so long to think of their names. I don't know why. But yeah, going on to Relic. So yeah, let's go on to a Relic first. So her Relic doesn't actually work for her. It does work, but it does not work with her kit, so there's no point having her Relic with the kit, because it doesn't actually do anything. So this Relic does nothing for this Diane, for her use, but of course it does give her the extra stats, and let's just say for some reason you were to use her in PvP, you would still get the 50% damage cap, but of course her passive wouldn't work, and she would be pretty weak. Moving on to her equipment, so I've given her attack crit down, mainly because she's not got the worst stats, plus with all the buffing from Kisner and then all those other characters, she's going to have a very high attack related stats, so she's going to be able to crit, but if not, she's also able to deal quite a bit of damage if she doesn't crit. And both of her cards hit several times, so they have higher chances to crit than a single hitting card, which is pretty good. Of course, I've gone with the normal gear of I always go above 2.6. If you're going to make a good gear set for a character, always start with going for at least 2.6. Most easily, yeah. I always go for at least 2.6, just so it just makes the gear a little bit better. It makes it, it requires less anvils if you want to 15% it. I don't have an HP defense, sorry, an attack crit dam set for Diane. I have an HP defense set with an attack crit dam set, so if I UR this one, it won't be too bad, because I can use it on other Dianes if I please. Going on to her outfits now. So her outfits, these are all either event ones, or outfits that have been obtained through events or free from evolving characters. Weapons, once again, this is the original Ragnarok Diane, and then you have the Summer Diane's weapon, and then headgears. You've got her Affinity one for this outfit, and then, of course, her actual evolving headgear when you evolve her. And then you get this one, which is from an event. I'm pretty sure it's a Hawk Pass one from ages ago. And then Holy Relics, of course. Decent attack, decent defense, and very average HP. But it's still very useful. She's a very good character, and I highly recommend leveling her up, whether you're a new player or an old player just pulling her now. She's definitely a good character to have. Makes farming OG Demon a million times easier, and I highly recommend it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.